Hello, everyone. This is Jeb Hamburger from GoldStockTrades.com. It is May 26, 2017. I wanted to update my readers on some important news and technical developments that are occurring in the precious metals and the junior miners and some of the companies that we follow. Remember, this is a long weekend. Volumes are a little bit low, but let's take a look at the charts. And we're looking right now at the gold chart in terms of Canadian dollars, and it's been a much easier pattern to look at gold in terms of Canadian dollars for timing rather than gold in US dollars. And not 100% sure of why that is, but maybe the US dollar, because it's a reserve currency, is easier to be um, it's easier it has different distortions or more volatility. But the Canadian dollar chart, it appears much stronger to be for timing tools to be much stronger. As we showed you the chart at the end of December 2016, I predicted a year-end reversal, and we have had that. And we've had an upward trend here that has not been violated in terms of Canadian dollars. And in terms of U.S. dollars, that has looked a little bit different. But in terms of Canadian dollars, the chart is still in a strong uptrend. It has not been violated. It has crossed over the 200-day moving average. It's made a bullish golden crossover where the 50-day has crossed over the 200-day moving average. I expect for continued strength and a break above 1750. This would turn the 200-day moving average higher and an eventual breakout at the 1800 level on the gold in terms of Canadian dollars. That would be a new high breakout and possibly a second leg higher, reaching the next point. And we had a move from 1400 to 1800. I wouldn't be surprised if we break the 1800 area to see again another run from the 1800 level to the 2200 level. But that's going to take some time here. We're building up for an eventual breakout of 1800. This may occur later, fourth quarter 2017, possibly as we get into 2018. A breakout move to 1800 from 1800 to 2200. This is going to have a dramatic effect on some of the junior gold producers and emerging gold producers that we follow. And we're going to talk about a few that have had some tremendous news this week, and it may be going unignored by many investors. But we're going to cover it here, and we're going to send this out to you before the long weekend, so that my subscribers can think about it. And over the weekend, and I expect things to pick up again after the start of the new month, after Memorial Day weekend. Let's take a look at a company that I've been following now, and has been one of my major picks for 2017. Emerging U.S. gold producer Northern Vertex, which can be traded as NEE on the TSX Venture and as NHVCF on the US OTC. I started highlighting this in early 2017, and the company had a huge pickup of US volume and interest after the CEO, Ken Berry, began to tell investors about this new situation. But there are still investors that are on the sidelines. They needed to see the final permit, which came, and they needed to see the de-risking of the financing to make sure that they're fully funded and backed through production. And not only that, but could be a consolidator of other companies. And today, even though it's before the Memorial Day weekend, it's important that you look at the northernvertex.com and look at the news item that Greenstone Resources has formed a partnership with Northern Vertex, and that will strengthen their balance sheet. It will help them with quick construction, expediting construction, with staffing, with getting into commercial production. And for 52 cents a share, they're going to put in $20 million. So that's in U.S. dollars. So that's going to be very, very significant. Um, and the warrants that they were offered for Greenstones at 91 cents. So that's for 2 years. So that to me is very significant for the company. It accelerates. I think it de-risks the company financially. It accelerates their ability to get into construction, to grow the mine, um, to generate cash flow for investors. The Greenstone is a major private equity group. We saw them before with a company called Excelsior Mining, which I recommended at the end of 2015 when it was trading under 20 cents. And Greenstone came in, or Greenstone, they did the Johnson Camp acquisition. Greenstone did a financing, and the stock did remarkably well. And in Excelsior Mining in Arizona, and now Greenstone's coming in with Northern Vertex. So Excelsior had a remarkable run. It went from like below 20 cents and went to the big board in 2016, and I think it went up as high as 90 cents. And so that was what a four bagger in Excelsior. And now with Greenstone coming into Northern Vertex, I'm expecting some significant moves, as this is a huge validation of the project. Greenstone does significant due diligence. They're a major private equity group out of London, and this really gives so much validity to this project, and to Northern Vertex as not just becoming a new gold producer, a low cost producer, but possibly consolidating other low cost gold, high grade gold mines in the Southwest U.S. So I'm quite excited about this company. I am actually going out to do an update to you guys on the mine. I am going to visit the mine, God willing, in the next couple of weeks. And if you are interested to join, you can always email me. If you're in the Southwest U.S., I think it's about an hour and a half south of Las Vegas. They're also hiring. So if you know any miners or engineers or service providers to mines, they are hiring. They have put out an ad, so you should put out a email, info at northernvertex.com if you're in the mining profession. This is going to create hundreds of jobs in Southwest Arizona, so please put this on your radar over the weekend. NEE on the TSX Venture, and is NHVCF on the OTC. And please remember, I am a shareholder, and they are a website sponsor, so I have a conflict of interest, and I am biased, as I could benefit if the share price goes higher, and I've been compensated with a website sponsorship. But this is one of the top situations that I am following, especially after this Greenstone financing. In addition to gold, the Northern Vertex story, news came out today. Another company that's been I have been interested in is Great Lakes Graphite, who has some experienced management, who's worked for some major chemical companies. Now, graphite's very critical for lithium-ion batteries, and it's kind of not been under the investors' radar because lithium and cobalt's gotten so much attention. But quality graphite that can be used by the battery companies are still in demand. The raw graphite, not so much, but the extremely processed and resized graphite that is needed for and shaped correctly for the battery market, that still is very much in demand and where there's interest. Now, what's interesting about this little Great Lakes Graphite company is it's trading at 2-year lows, but it has some experience management. They've generated sales in traditional markets in the drilling and lubricants, and today they announced repeat purchase orders from a battery customer. And they just announced a new chief science officer who specifically his specialty is graphite, electrochemistry, batteries. I believe this could be the beginning for the company to make progress in the battery market, which is the real growth market, the energy storage market for this company. And in the news release, the CEO said that the company is working with 8 battery and energy storage customer prospects, and especially recognized industry leaders that represent a variety of battery chemistries and applications. So this is the beginning of what could be a very interesting company that's already making ground with graphite orders in the battery sector. GLK on the TSX Venture, Great Lakes Graphite, still trading at 2-year lows. It is a smaller cap situation, but it has some interesting facets that if they are able to penetrate into the battery market in 2017, it could possibly increase revenues significantly for a small cap company. That could be quite dramatic. So please keep an eye on this company and do your due diligence. And I do have a share position, and they are a website sponsor. So make sure you realize that I do have a conflict of interest and a bias that this company should do well, and that I've been compensated with a website sponsorship. And keep GLK.IF on the OTC and GLK on the TSX Venture on your radar. Finally, this week we're going to close with a company that's had a very important week on a technical level. Huge volume breakout from a falling wedge pattern. As you can see, earlier in this year, the trend for Darnley Bay went up significantly, and it reached a short-term crescendo in mid-February, and since then has been correcting. So there was a huge financing at the end of 2016 with, I believe, Lundin, the Trust, McEwen, and Power One at 20 cents. So that's come free trading. The company has consolidated, corrected. The short-term shareholders have been selling out. But what I've noticed here is huge amounts of accumulation. In this past week, huge amounts of accumulation on the US DNLYF side. So US investors are beginning to take notice of this unique project, which may be one of the best undeveloped advanced projects, zinc projects. They came out with a PEA that was done by one of the most reputable firms, JDS, and it showed very low capital costs and low cash costs. And I'm excited because right now they're drilling, and they're doing a geophysical IP survey that could be quite exciting. So there may be additional high-grade deposits which would significantly improve the already exciting PEA that was published on Pine Point, which was one of the most profitable mines in Canada for Cominco. So huge breakout on volume from the falling wedge pattern. Let's see if it can hold and break above the 50-day moving average. I expect that it's just beginning for this company and an exciting summer. So stay tuned. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. It's Jeb Hanwiger from goldstocktrades.com.